In a world where a 14-year-old child is more likely to be hospitalized for self-harm than to finish a math textbook, think back to your toughest day in middle school, the feeling of being judged or excluded. Now imagine that feeling, amplified, permanent, and accessible for 24 hours a day in your pocket. This is the new reality of the digital landscape for our youngest users. If you have children, nieces, nephews, or younger siblings under 16, the current lack of strong regulation directly affects their mental health, safety, and development. This issue is yours. I have seen the consequences play out in my own family, witnessing a younger become so consumed and distracted by social media that what felt like innocent fun spiraled into a dramatic drop in her overall excellence. I have done the research, and the time for action is now. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you that the legally enforced minimum age for independent social media account creation must be raised from 13 to at least 16 to prevent development harm, escalating mental health issues, and sophisticated data exploitation. I will demonstrate that the current legal age for social media access is a critical public health failure by examining three core areas, which is the developmental vulnerability of the adolescent brain, the mental health crisis these platforms create, and how they commercially exploit children's data. Why do these addictive platforms work so well on younger teens? It's not magic, it's neuroscience. To understand why the age of 13 is dangerously low, we must first examine the users. Social media is deliberately damaging the adolescent brain by exploiting its natural hypersensitivity to peer feedback. Adolescents' brains are wired to seek peer approval, and social media amplifies this by presenting constantly curated comparisons. This triggers stress, peer pressure, and crushing compulsion to contribute to their mental health struggles. Because teens are especially sensitive to these dopamine-driven rewards, they become more vulnerable to compulsive use and subsequent emotional regulation issues. Exposure to curated content and constant social comparison drives significant increases in depression, anxiety, and body image issues. This constant stream of peers' achievements, appearances, and social activities foster feelings of inadequacy, loneliness, and fear of missing out, which is FOMO, which significantly elevates rates of depression and anxiety. This is why raising the minimum age to 16 is the necessary step to protect their future.